Hi, my name is Kelera Kolivuso-Ravono. I'm the acting head of budget in the Ministry of Finance in Fiji. We started off with the gender responsive budgeting work in 2019 after a PEFA gender assessment was undertaken with our work with ADB. We've actually realized the need for this PEFA gender assessment to be undertaken through our budget process, because one of the things we've realized is how there's so many plans in place. We have a lot of planning documents in place, and then these planning documents have not been operationalized to budgets. We've seen how gender has actually started, the gender budgeting has started in Fiji right from 1990, and there's always been an influence from civil society in trying to pressure our government and telling them that there's a lot of, there's very little GRB progress that is in place. And our Fiji Women's Rights Movement, they're also very active in the national budget consultation process for Fiji. And they always provide the inputs and insights and recommendations to draft budgets to address specific gender gaps. So all those time, we realized how gender has been really part of government's priority. It's actually addressed in our Constitution. It's actually addressed in our National Development Plan, our National Gender Policy, and even in CEDAW. And yet, we've seen very little work that is done in the gender responsive budgeting space. And we know that given that a lot of training has also been undertaken with some of the line ministries through the Ministry of Women, ministries still don't have an understanding on how they can look at their programs from gender lens. When we started off with the PEFA assessment in 2019, we saw the gap that was in that for Fiji in terms of our budget, whole budget process. So with the 10 indicators that we saw, that we have in the PEFA assessment, we actually piloted this program. We thought to pilot this program to 2 line ministries, and we started off with 3 important areas, and that was the budget circular, the budget submission template, and also capacity building. We thought to start off with these areas because not only they were the first areas of the PEFA indicators, but also we thought that this is an important area to help the ministries understand gender. And first of all, because we've seen how we need to try and change their mindset. So when we came in with the budget circular, we introduced gender responsive budgeting there, and also informed line ministries who will be piloting the program. And in the process, we reviewed our budget submission template. We expanded further in terms of gender questions. Before, it used to be just generalized, and now we have tried to use, and we also use the guiding questions in the PEFA framework to establish our questions in the submission template. And through that, we started off with capacity building for our line ministries. And now we are finalizing the last 10 ministries in our next budget, and we will continue the same process with them. And we have seen a lot of outcomes that we have seen from the programs that these ministries have already started off with. And we are grateful to see that the PEFA assessment framework has really assisted us not only to change our mindset, but even to help us as well to see our programs that we are actually allocating from the Ministry of Finance, to see that we're looking at it from the gender lens. And with the kind of sex disaggregated data that we are now collecting, as we never used to collect that before, it is helping us to address these areas. So we are so thankful for the IMF for assisting us in this area. And we are thankful that we now have that kind of guide in place to assist us from the Ministry of Finance to support gender equality and address gender gaps. Thank you.